Dad earlier, you always want to keep their head for last. Just because if she was sitting in this water and the water's cooling down and her head's wet, she's going to get colder faster. Biggest thing with all babies, especially premature babies, because they don't have body fat, is just to try to get the bath done as fast as you can and try to keep them warm. Okay. Is the biggest thing until she gets fatter and gets some body fat. So with the eyes, you should always start from the cleanest to the dirtiest. So start with the face and work your way down. So the eyes, you want to go inside out, just because if there's an infection, you don't want to spread it. Okay. And usually every time I touch the eye, I'll use like a different kind of area of the rag.
How's it feel? You lived in water. She lived right at home.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And I put a little bit of soap in the water. You can use any kind of baby soap you want. They don't suggest that you use baby powder anymore because they can inhale it in their lungs and damage their lungs. But you can use baby oil, any kind of baby soaps, lotions, anything like that. We don't usually use lotions in the hospital here because we can't get their leads to stick on. But you can use anything like that.
Look at those little legs, like a frog. Usually lotion.
Adriana, come look at her face over here. This is the part I thought was so cute.
Nope, we actually use A&D ointment as like a barrier. And then if the skin actually starts to get really red and breaks down, then we'll start using Desitin. But right now when there's like not even anything, even when their butt's not red or anything, we use a little bit of A&D ointment.
Yeah, I think that was your question, like powder, what ointment, what oil?
It's good to know about powder.
And powder, I mean, obviously there's, some cases where they get horrible diaper rash. It's rare, but I mean, they can. And sometimes you do have to use powder. But if you do have to use powder for whatever reason, we usually suggest that, away from the baby, you squeeze it on your hands and then just pat it on the baby's bottom. Don't, squirt it anywhere near the baby.
How long have you been doing this?
Well, my first baby, I've been a nurse since 99. But my first baby, I worked on like a med-surg floor and then in public health, and then my first baby was a 30-weeker.
Oh, your own baby?
Yep. So then she was here, and then I just kind of was like, oh, I could do that, and kind of fell in love with it, and then just started doing it.
It's very cool.
So yeah.
How's your baby doing now?
Good. She's 9.
Oh.
She's wonderful. Yes, she is absolutely wonderful. And she was early. Did you have blood pressure issues? Yeah, I had HELP syndrome, which is like a worst case kind of blood pressure. My liver was failing and my kidneys started to fail. So it was nothing for her. It was just more that if they wouldn't have taken her out of me, I would have died.
Oh, wow.
So, but she's doing good.
How long was she in the hospital?
6 weeks exactly. Okay. 6 weeks. They usually go home at around 36 weeks, 37 weeks, somewhere in there.
So they'll be here for probably 2 or 3.
Probably, yeah. Oh,
There
you're
you
gonna
go.
puke while you're in the bath.
In the bathtub.
At least I don't have to clean you again, huh? At least I don't have to clean you again. Both of them have been kind of a little pukey, but she has not pooped yet. So I think her tummy's getting full, and once she poops, she'll probably stop kind of puking up. I'm sure it's just because her tummy is full. They usually don't worry. Oh, you're just like swimming around. They usually don't worry about them not pooping until usually a couple days. Usually just by introducing foods, within about 24 hours of introducing foods, they'll usually start pooping.
What's going on
Oh
here?
my goodness, look at
Styling.
you're getting your hair did.
Just doing a little squeaking. No big deal.
So you're both squeakers, huh? See, hopefully that'll change, or you're going to keep your parents up all night.